I'm John, and tonight I want answers about the ghost ship fire, and the black duck, and fake news, and the election recount. There's no stopping us now because we're live.
Yeah. I mean, we're not lit, but we are live. So that's something. Oh, there. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Now we get this.
Give John answers.
Give John answers.
John wants answers. Give John answers now.
Thank you. You may be seated. Please sit down. I know it's very exciting. New show. Check your calendar. If it says December 8th, 2016, then we're live.
Where does the time go? Where does the time go?
I don't know.
I mean, it's December already.
Today, John Glenn died.
It's very sad.
Yeah. He was an astronaut.
Yes.
Who was the first American to
Orbit the Earth.
orbit the Earth.
Yeah. First American.
American.
Yeah.
Some Russian guy, I think,
Some
did
Russian
before
guy
that.
did first.
Yeah. And then he became a senator after that.
Yeah.
I was told before the show, we were given information about someone else we should not forget. Mike Collins. Now, Apollo 11, they
Okay.
landed dudes on the moon.
Correct.
Neil Armstrong
On the moon.
and Buzz Aldrin. So they're on the moon,
Yes.
you know, walking around, goofing
Yeah.
off, and some poor schmuck
Has to
is
stay
like orbiting the
up top.
moon
Yeah.
in some other capsule, and he's got to like grab them when they're done goofing off. And that guy was Mike Collins.
Yeah.
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 And so he doesn't get any fame at all. And he had to pick him up and bring him back to Earth.
Was he the first man to orbit the moon?
I guess he orbited the moon. I don't know
No,
if
he
was
wasn't the first. He wasn't the first.
I think a chimpanzee was, right?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. My first witness, you've already met and heard, is Keith Stattenfield. He's a host of Keith Explains.
I am.
Another.
Occasionally.
Are you canceled?
I don't know.
Has your show been canceled?
Very.
Because it's been a long time since
It's been a while.
Keith
Yeah.
Explains has.
Yeah, it's a lot. I've been busy lately, is what I'm
Yeah?
going to say. I'm going to say I've been busy lately, which is why I haven't gotten to it
Okay.
as much as I'd like.
So if you want to see an old episode of Keith
Yeah,
Explains,
go to my website.
tune
Which
in
kind of stuff?
Wednesdays at 8:30.
Yeah, they've probably taken me off the air by now.
Can I watch your episodes on your website?
They're on YouTube.
Oh, they're on YouTube.
Yeah, go to YouTube.
Okay. The Keith Explains probably isn't updated for a couple
It's terrible.
years.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the show before, this show is like a courtroom drama. I'm the prosecutor, my guest is the expert witness, and you at home and in the audience here are the jury. And it's your job to convict or acquit the topics. I believe tonight
Prosecutors don't wear antlers on their hat.
in December.
No, never.
I don't think in the Constitution does not say prosecutors cannot wear antler hats.
It's in the civil codes.
It's Group 160 tonight, so that's a good group. They're good at decision making. Those guys, Group 160.
Of all the groups, they're the best.
We'll be taking your tweets. You can tweet us at John Wants Answer. There's no S on the end because yes is for suck. Tweet us during the show. We'll take your questions. We'll read them. We will banter about them. We will make fun of you, perhaps, based on the content of your question.
Yeah. Well, maybe. What about Facebook? Can they post on the Facebook page?
Maybe.
Yeah.
So we're on Facebook Live tonight.
Yeah.
So maybe you can go and make a comment.
I mean,
I'm
it
not
seems
saying I'm gonna
weird
read it.
that Facebook is giving you all this free bandwidth and you're sending people to their competitor Twitter.
Twitter.
Their competitor Twitter.
I don't know if they're competitors. They're
Like
like
competitors.
They go hand in
They're
hand.
mortal enemies.
Well, I don't like the Twitter myself either. You should go to johnwantsanswers.com and click on the contact page, and then you can write a little message, and I'll read those too. They're even better. They're even better. Hey, while you're on the Facebook watching us goof off, click the
Yeah.
like button. Like us on Facebook. That's how you get those hits,
Yeah, that's sweet
and it turns into
SEO from the like
Yeah.
buttons.
turns into money somehow.
Somehow, I don't know.
The opinions stated here are my own, not necessarily those of my company.
Really, your employer. I mean, you don't own the company.
Yeah, well, it says my company. That's
I think it should
this
be
is
my
what the
employer.
lawyers told me to say.
Wow.
My company.
Okay.
My company. All right. So we got a tweet.
Did we? Is
we
this a
did.
real tweet or one of those
Yes.
made-up tweets that we seem to get a lot of?
So Casper28, that's a real Twitter handle. Look it up. Tweets, what happened at that rave in Oakland?
Oh, it was sad.
So our first topic, ghost ship fire.
There's no music because it's sad.
It's sad. Oh, I thought I heard a note.
Yeah. But the piano guy is sad. He got over it.
I was rehearsing this because normally when I say our first topic, I get all excited and I say something like,
Yeah.
ghost ship fire. And then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have acted
You should
so
not do that.
excited about this sad thing. So, ghost ship is the name given to, I guess, a artist colony. What do you call it?
Yeah.
A co-op, a commune, artist
I don't
commune.
think it was a commune. I think it was kind of a bunch of people that were artists and tried to do art in a similar vein and probably had shows. And
It was like
one of them rented a big warehouse.
it was
up
a
in Oakland.
warehouse, and they worked out of the warehouse, and they
Yes.
also lived in the warehouse.
Some people apparently reportedly lived in the warehouse as well.
And this is like not kosher.
Not
at all.
kosher.
Like it wasn't zoned for living,
It's not zoned for living.
and it wasn't even up to code for everything else.
Yeah,
so
that wasn't.
So it's a big warehouse in Oakland, and a fire broke out,
Yes.
killing 36 people. So that's very sad.
Yeah. I got up Saturday morning and turned the TV on, and then it was all Oakland fire for the next 4 hours.
That's all I got on my phone, notifications of the fire. Like I started with, like, 9 people, then, all this goes up, and it's very sad. So the initial report said that they had like a rave at this place.
Party, dance party.
Dance party.
Like they had DJs.
Yeah.
And they had people to play dance music. It's not really a rave.
It wasn't really a rave,
It's not really a rave.
but it's similar to a rave in that
And that people danced.
people danced to
Yes.
music,
Which is similar
warehouse.
to square dancing.
At
It's
a
like
place-
square dancing,
at a place
but
that was
with
not up
dance
to code.
music.
Have you ever been to a rave?
I don't think I've ever been to a rave.
I'm
I've been to big
surprised.
parties that I think would qualify like size-wise to a rave. But I don't think I've ever been to anything that would have officially called itself a rave.
From what I understand, a rave, you have to have electronic music.
Which is most music these days. But
very high, beats per minute.
electronica, yeah.
You have to have a lot of
Ecstasy,
MDMA,
Ecstasy, yeah.
ecstasy. You
I think
gotta
that's
be
optional.
high on the drugs.
I don't think you have to do ecstasy to go to a rave, people.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to.
Yeah, that's
But
what I'm saying. It's
but
optional.
customary. I've never been to a rave.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
My friend Scott, well, you know Scott, I don't want to out who Scott is, but you know what I'm talking about. Scott has been to a rave, which is very surprising.
Yeah.
Scott does not.
Scott is also
Strike
not a
me.
guy. Well, but Scott does a lot of things.
Scott can be what? Scott looks like a normal guy on the outside, but he's a party animal,
I'm not sure if he
after
is.
hours.
But apparently he went to a rave. So he got that.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
So now raves often, I
Dance
guess,
parties.
are illegal, I guess, because they're held in places that aren't zoned to have parties or
Well-
bars, I guess.
You generally need a permit
Yeah.
to have an assembly of people.
Uh-huh.
And that requires you to get, clearance from the fire department that there are appropriate exits.
Right, right.
And if you're selling food, you'd have to be selling food and other things in a safe and sanitary fashion. Generally, you often have to alert the police in case there are traffic issues. And all that's wrapped up in permitting from a
Yeah.
city or county point of view.
So it sounds like big government trying to get in the way of fun for the
Of-
kids.
Sure. Yeah, that's what it is.
So I understand that the building that this was in, the ghost ship, it's a lot
Warehouse.
like, have you seen the play Rent?
I haven't.
Oh.
But I've seen a lot of commercials for the play Rent on TV.
So you feel like you know
So
what
I
they're
have
doing?
probably seen the entirety of Rent just 40 seconds at a time.
So it's a lot of people living in a warehouse, right?
yeah.
Not quite zoned for that.
In New York,
In
I
New
think.
York. Now in this, I think in Rent, they all die of AIDS or something. So that's, not quite exactly what happened here. So raves are pretty underground from what I understand.
Okay.
So I heard
From a guy.
I heard from a guy that you have to go, let's say, to a liquor store and then asked to buy 1 egg. And that's the code for getting the address of where the rave is being held tonight.
Wow. People are punking you, and you don't know it until now.
I have a lot of eggs.
Have you not heard of this thing called social media? Like they just have little groups, and they would like tweet where it is.
Oh, really?
And it's
I mean,
crazy.
There was a lifetime before Facebook and Twitter, I guess, where they.
Yeah, and they had phones. And
I
would like to buy an egg. The address you want to go to is. Yeah, you really. Someone was punking you.
So I mean, look at this face. I mean, in a second.
Okay, take the hat off.
So I look too much of a narc to go to.
That's what I'm saying. If you take the hat off,
if
you're
I
gonna
walk
look
into
exactly like a narc.
Ford,
Not like a narc.
Let's go to camera 3.
Like a cop. You're gonna look like a cop.
Let's go to camera 3. We can see. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there we are.
There you are. Yeah.
Now, would you trust this face?
Will I let you
to go to a rave?
No, I would not.
Yeah, it'd be like I mean,
not necessarily because you're a narc, but because you would not have fun, and you would just drag the whole thing down. You would just like stand there very stiff.
Well,
and then at some point it would occur to you you should try to dance, and that would be the wrong thing.
Yeah, I don't think I would enjoy it. I think.
And then people would be like, "I had a terrible trip last night. I thought I saw this guy try to dance."
Right.
Yeah.
What I lack in skill, I make up for in spirit. When it comes to dancing.
No, I've seen your music video. What you lack in skill, you also do not sufficiently replace with spirit.
Okay. We have to stop for a recess. When we reconvene, we'll talk about baby ducks and stuff. And we'll take your tweets. So don't go away. Court adjourned. Wait, not court adjourned. Court
You
recess.
screwed it up. You've ruined it.
The black duck is the principal game duck in eastern Canada. The breeding grounds extend from the Great Lakes and Hudson's Bay to Labrador. They nest near water and lay from 5 to 14 eggs. The ducklings learn to fly by August and are ready to migrate in September. In late November, migration to the wintering grounds of the Atlantic coast begins. The diet of the black duck consists of wild rice, grasses, seeds, and shellfish. For more information on the black duck, contact the Canadian Wildlife Service in Ottawa.
Should not auto-suggest that other thing.
And we're back. So that was the black duck. So I love ducklings. You see those ducklings?
Yeah.
They were cute. They were so cute.
Yeah.
They used to have a lot of ducks in Cupertino.
Yeah.
At the Memorial Park. And then
They did not like those ducks there, you know.
Yeah. Now, did they stop? Did they drain the duck pond because of the drought, or because they still like ducks?
They probably drained it because of the drought, but even before draining it, there were constant, what can we do to arrange to have less ducks and geese here?
Right.
Fewer.
Well, they would
ducks
drain it
and
a couple
geese.
times a year just to scoop out all the mud.
And the duck poo.
Duck poo, basically.
Yeah. Because the ducks were they were.
Nice.
Yeah,
And they stopped migrating. That's a problem, I think. People would feed them, and the ducks would stop migrating, and it was just being terrible
Yeah.
for the ducks. I saw some gruesome stuff, gruesome nature, wildlife at the duck pond. So I saw a duckling being harassed.
Consumed?
Well, two things. I saw a little duckling being harassed, like,
Yes.
and
Like
so I
by
took-
another duckling?
by
Like a
no,
little-
by another mommy duck, and so I rescued the duck. I took a little duckling in a paper cup, and I took it home, and I was going to raise it to be my own. I was going to have an army of ducks.
Wow. You're confessing to a crime.
That did not
I'm going to say
turn out
national
well.
television. When was this?
Always like more than 7 years ago.
Okay, you're
Yeah, I'm
not
okay.
safe because there's no statute of limitations to duck theft.
No, it was a long time. No proof.
You just confessed.
I make up stories all the time on this show. You know that. But the duck, this alleged duck I allegedly rescued, did not last long. Like I had it in my house.
Yes.
I had like under a heat lamp.
Yes.
By heat
And then it
lamp, I mean a
died.
light bulb. It died. It died.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Why?
Ducks don't live under heat lamps. They live in ponds
It was going to be killed.
with
So
their
another
mommy
time-
ducks.
This is what I saved it from. Another time, I saw a mother duck grab a duckling, shake it back and forth to kill it, and then it died right in front of me. It died.
Wow.
That was horrible.
So
I saved the duck.
You've got like PTSD, where that last
I
D
know.
stands for duck.
So I always mean to contact the Canadian Wildlife Service in Ottawa, as those videos always tell us to do.
What would you say? Like, I'm a
Please
duck
send me
murderer.
more information on the
Please
black
send
duck.
me ducks to murder.
No. After every video, it says for more information on the
Yes.
black duck, why not contact the Canadian Wildlife Service in Ottawa?
Okay.
So we got
Are
to
they
do that
still in
sometime.
Ottawa?
Yeah, they're federal government stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to look at tweets now, because I know we have tweets. Oh, man.
What?
We have half an hour of tweets to go here.
That's too bad, because we've only got 14 minutes to go through them.
I know. Okay, quickly. John Thompson tweeted, who was the third person Apollo 11 and why was he important? Oh, I spoiled it. So that was Mike Collins. And he's important because he picked up the guys who went on the moon.
Yeah.
He was the ride. He was like the Uber driver.
Lyft driver, but
Lyft.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lyft.
I'm a Lyft guy.
Lyft
yeah.
guy for Apollo 11. AJ Minich tweeted, John, does elf labor constitute a taxable resource? Should we subsidize elf taxes on Christmas Eve? That makes
Here's
no
the thing,
sense.
elves are fictional. You can't tax fictional creatures.
And then
But they're going to try.
he follows up with, how do reindeer fly? Are they actual aliens? It's a variant of Molly, the drug Molly that raves. It makes you fly. You're so high, you're as high as a kite. And that's what makes the reindeer fly. John A. Vink.
I just like that. That's what
tweeted
confuses
we're
people.
live.
They're like, I got no issue with a large fat man delivering presents to tens of millions of people, but flying reindeer, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So Joey, who we first met Joey last month.
Did we?
Right, like met. Like he tweeted in
Like
last
he
month.
tweeted. Like Joey's got nothing to do on Thursday nights.
Yeah. What's a good cleaner for a corroded car battery?
Baking soda.
Baking soda?
Yeah. Get a little water and some baking soda, put it in the car battery. Wear safety goggles when you do it. Nice wire brush.
Okay. And you,
Make sure you've disconnected the lead to your car.
wouldn't you be worried of like as you're brushing it, it's going to go sparking everywhere?
Well, and if you touch both terminals,
I'd be
that's why you got to disconnect both batteries of the car.
AJ Minich wants to know if you are a cyborg.
I'm not a cyborg.
Okay.
But if I were a cyborg, I might be programmed to say that. So,
Hey, Jim
Grain of
True.
salt.
Jim True is a guy who's not here tonight because he's too sick. Too sick to help out, but not sick enough
not too
to watch
sick
the
to
show.
tweet.
Is it true the ghost ship Rafe played the smelter video just before the fire?
No, it is not true.
That's not true. Is there a rumor on the internet that that's happening?
Well, now there is.
Oh, wow. Okay. Joey wants to know, is figgy pudding a good source of essential vitamins and minerals? Figgy pudding, is that a real thing or just some funny thing
real
people say?
thing.
Is it basically fig pudding?
I don't think. I don't know.
Figgy? Is it a
I think
British
it's
thing?
dessert. Yeah, it's a British.
We got a British guy here. Hey, what's figgy pudding?
I think it's a dessert pudding.
Oh. See, when it's convenient, he's Californian.
Joey should look up this thing called Google.
Hey, I think it's our first tweet from Nicole Jacques.
Nicole
Jacques.
Jackie.
Why are you guys wearing funny hats? Because it's December.
December. It's a
Okay,
Christmas hat.
Nicole is not hitting the archives. If Nicole goes back every year December,
Nicole has better things to do
we
than
got
hit the
the
archives.
hats on. So,
That's what I'm saying. Nicole's a friend. You've met Nicole.
yeah, I wanted to make it sound like strangers are tweeting in, not just our
Strangers
friends.
don't tweet into the show. It's just people with nothing else to do on Thursdays.
Jim True again, says, your show is so different when watching while hopped up on NyQuil.
Wow.
You know, Jim True gets drunk on like, half a thimble of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
heard that?
Yeah. Weed's legal in California now, so Jim should try that.
Pardon me?
Weed's legal in California,
Oh.
so we should
Yeah.
drop off an edible at his house.
Is it legal now?
I think it's
presently?
legal now.
But not to buy.
Part of it is now.
Okay.
Like the sales side is not legal yet.
You got to somehow get it. The getting
Like,
it
it's like it's
of it
legal to
is
grow it
illegal.
yourself now.
Oh, well, I got it.
without a medical reason.
I'm going to grow some crops. And John Thompson says his cats loved the ducks. Those ducks. Did he like the TV ducks, or does his cats eat ducks? Anyways. John Stewart from New Jersey.
Yes,
Not-
yes.
Not
yes.
that John Stewart.
John Stewart from
No,
New Jersey.
Not from The Daily Show. No, not him. Different John Stewart.
Different John Stewart
He
from
tweeted-
New Jersey.
What's the deal with this scandal about pizza? So our next topic, fake news. So I like fake news. Fake news is entertaining. So I'm thinking of Weekend Update on SNL.
Yes.
I think was in my memory, is the original fake news.
Okay.
It had, like,
there were ones before that, but yeah.
Chevy Chase.
Chevy
and
Chase.
Dennis
I'm
Miller.
Chevy Chase and you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Onion. Hilarious.
Onion's great. Hilarious.
Onion's hilarious.
Started at UW-Madison
So that's that.
as a newspaper.
Oh, so those two are fake news, like made-up stories. The Daily Show, now, Jon Stewart, different Jon Stewart now, Jon Stewart from The Daily Show often said The Daily Show was fake news. But I don't think it was. I think it was real news that they just had fun with,
Yeah.
made jokes about.
Yeah.
So, The Daily Show. So these are fake news,
You okay?
satire. But now there's a new kind of fake news.
There's a new, well, yeah, there are
popping up.
several new kinds of fake news.
Where now people are publishing completely fake stories, not to be funny, but to, I guess, mislead people and push an agenda and
Or-
make someone look evil.
Or just to get ad money,
like clickbait, you think?
from the ads that they surround the
Oh, yeah,
stories
yeah.
with.
Okay, it's mostly like a little bit of story
You know,
inside
they-
ads. So this is getting serious because, well, I mean, there was a lot of talk that this last presidential election we had, foreign countries were posting fake news stories, let's say about Hillary Clinton, to make Donald Trump look better, or vice versa. I mean, fake good
or
stories
they were
about
posting
Donald
stories to get ad revenue.
Trump. Or that. And then there's a story about a guy who drove in his car from South Carolina,
Yeah, yeah.
Washington D.C.
Hashtag Pizzagate.
Yeah, went to a pizza place, started shooting his rifle because he read a fake news story
A whole bunch of them.
that Hillary Clinton was running a underage
Was
sex
involved
slave
in a pedophilia
ring
scandal
out of the basement
with
of his
satanic
pizza place.
rituals
Yeah.
out of the pizza parlors across America. And Cosmic Pizza in particular,
Yeah. And so there's like
which we know is involved because they had stars and moons painted on their building, and those are satanic symbols.
there's also symbols of the sky.
Or if your
astronomers.
place is called Cosmic Pizza, they're thematically
It's
appropriate.
not called Cosmic Pizza. It's called Comet Ping Pong.
Comet? No, I think it's Comet Pizza.
Why does that? I read Comet Ping Pong. So people are believing this stuff.
Yeah, lots of them.
So this article, it actually didn't start off actually as a news article. Someone tweeted, I think.
Pizzagate started when DNC emails were hacked and they got released. And someone looked at them and said, man, John Podesta talks about pizza a couple times, and I bet pizza is secret code for pedophilia. No one knows why, but
Just fabricated, right?
it's
Yeah.
seemingly just fabricated, perhaps to make John Podesta or Hillary Clinton look bad, perhaps because the person that fabricated it didn't have a great grip on reality. From there, it just took off because people seemingly love conspiracies, and they love to think that people are better or worse than they actually are, and they're willing to expend lots of effort to confirm
And this
their
story's been pretty much
conspiracies.
debunked, right?
Totally, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. No
the
one,
Washington, D.C. police are like, look, they had satanic rituals in the basement. The building doesn't have a basement. The dates they claimed things happened didn't line up.
Now,
It's just a
heard-
guy that they ordered pizzas for a
Yeah.
couple events from his pizza place, and
Now, even the son of the NSA, well, perhaps the son of the guy who's going to run the NSA also
Michael Flynn, yeah, Michael
tweeted-
Flynn Jr.
Yeah, tweeted
Well, I
that
think he's just called Michael Flynn.
he kind of
Yeah, was involved in a bunch of crazy.
He was supporting this theory.
propagating them. Yeah, yeah.
and then he got fired from the transition
Seemingly,
team.
yeah. We'll see.
But this wasn't necessarily a news site publishing this article.
No,
It was
no. I mean, you can't even say real news site because no one agrees on what a real news site is.
There used to be a time
Alex
when
Jones insists he's telling real news,
there was
but he's talking about chemtrails and Agenda 21 and
there was a time when people said you can't trust the mainstream news because they, hide the stories. You got to go to the independent news people who really dig into stuff. But it turns out a lot of these independent little news things are just, lies.
yeah.
So I would stick with the mainstream.
I think the New York Times is often correct. I don't agree with them all the time, but
I CNN is where I go to.
the downside is Facebook and Twitter and everything make it easier to pass on fake news because you can read something and forward it to your friends much more quickly than you could look at it and decide is this true or not, or wait for someone else to confirm it or look into it.
Right. Okay. We have another tweet we have to get to. We only have 2 minutes. So JS from Wisconsin emailed,
Yes.
what the heck happened with the presidential results? So our next topic, recounts.
Yeah, they're not really going anywhere is the problem. I mean,
Um,
Wisconsin's recount is underway. They haven't
So Jill
changed a
Stein.
huge number of.
Is
Jill Stein raised money.
Jill Stein's
to-
behind this, right? And she's from the Green Party.
Correct.
But there's no chance that a recount would make her win anything.
No.
Right. So why is she behind this?
Well, I think she would say that the people need to trust that elections are correct, and when elections are decided by very thin margins, and in particular when there are allegations of interference in elections, when our president-elect says millions have voted illegally, that you ought to do a good recount to make sure that the results are actually what the results are.
Now, has the recount found any discrepancies?
In Wisconsin so far, it has found some, but I think it's under 100 votes
Oh, I know.
have changed
What
right
states-
now from the original count.
What states are they recounting in? It was
Michigan.
Michigan.
I don't recall what the numbers are released were, but Michigan is currently on hold because a judge said, I'm putting the recount on hold because Jill Stein does not have any chance of winning. And so why do a recount even though she paid for it?
Right.
Pennsylvania is recounting some counties. I don't think the statewide recount is underway because one of the judges wanted a very large. Yeah, I know. Credits are running, but what are we going to do? It's time. It's over.
Have you heard a thing called mannequin?
Yeah. It's where you stand still and the camera moves
We
around a lot.
invented mannequin. We've been doing this for 4 years.
No, we didn't invent it because we stole it from Police Squad.
Oh, okay. All right. Great show.
And again, the camera's got to move around in between you. This is just a fake freeze frame.